Welcome everyone to this Yemaya New Year's celebration rite. And thank you all for joining us this evening via Zoom. Tonight we have Mitch Kopp playing African drums and guitar for us. We have Brun here, who is doing our techno thing, as well as Birch, who is techno / everything in the ritual person. And I'm sort of acting as the leader of the band. So thank you all for joining us this evening. This evening, this ritual that we'll be doing has been inspired by Yemaya, the African Yoruban ocean mother goddess, to whom I have devoted and have worked with for about 26 years. Though my personal path is not of the Yoruban traditions, I am an elemental fairy shaman. So a little different, but fairies play with everybody. So I'd like to give you a little bit of background on this evening's ritual and what we're going to be doing. But first, let me tell you a little bit about who Yemaya is. Yemaya is the mother of all, the mother Orisha that created everything. The earth, the sky, the forests, the mountains, the ocean, the Orishas, animals, plants, and of course humans. She is the mother of the children of fishes, an ocean goddess, moon goddess, and protector of women. She is a queen in her own right, very beautiful and regal, bearing an elegant dress, and she has the grace and compassion of true royalty. She is the mother, a healer, comforter, survivor, and provider, savior and provider, giving of the treasures of her seas to her children whom she loves very much. That's you and me. Yemaya represents the ideal of motherhood, and she has been syncretized with the Catholic Virgin Mary in her many aspects, such as particularly in Cuba, Our Lady of Regla, the Miraculous Mother, that's me, and many others. And as with all the Orishas, she has many paths called avatars that reflect the many aspects and expressions of the multifaceted nature of Yemaya. Just as we all have more than one hat to wear, Yemaya also, of course, wears many hats. So this evening we will call on Yemaya Asesu, Yemaya Okote, Yemaya Olokun, who is my goddess, and Yemaya Mehalawe, that for me represent also the 4 elements. I have an elemental shaman, so I must have my elements, and the cardinal directions also north, south, east, and west. Yemaya has quite a few feast days and is celebrated both on the summer and winter solstices, as well as February 2nd, September 7th and 9th, my birthday is the 9th, and others depending on your tradition or their practices. Her offerings typically include white flowers, soap, perfume, yams, grains, melons, watermelon particularly, shells, and jewelry. She is corresponded with the number 7, and her colors are dark blue and crystal or white, and all shades of blue depending on her path. I became involved with Yemaya in the summer of 1994, around the time of my first Saturn return. I was going through a lot of personal challenges, and I started going to Under the Stars, a metaphysical religious supply store in Botanica that operated in Central Florida for more than 20 years. It is there that I met the owner, Lady Demeter, my own goddess mother, who ultimately sent me to the UU for further training just before she passed away in the summer of 2001. Yemaya was my goddess mother's patron, and I chose to honor that connection and have been devoted to her, as I said, for about 26 years. A little brief overview of the African diasporic religions. The African diasporic religions, which inspired this ritual, including Yoruba, Santeria, Lupume, Voodoo, Hoodoo, Candomblé, which is Brazil. And New Year's, very specifically in Brazil, they celebrate this holiday. Umbanda, Mukumbe, Winti, and many others. And they were all brought to the New Worlds, especially South and Central America and the Caribbean and the southern states in North America, with the advent of worldwide African slavery from the 14th through 19th century. These African slaves brought with them to their new countries the religious beliefs, practices, and gods of their homes and of their ancestors. In order to continue to practice these beliefs that were forbidden them, they melded their spiritual beliefs and practices with that of their captors, very specifically Catholicism, and the indigenous peoples of the lands that they ended up in. There are 5 basic commonalities amongst these different traditions, including a belief in a supreme deity, who is Olodumare, Olofi, and an honoring of the many Orishas, gods and goddesses, spirits of kings and queens, and elemental and natural forces. An honoring of ancestors, or the Igungun. Igun are the spirits of the dead. Respect for and honor of the natural world and its elemental powers, especially as represented by the Orishas and spirits. And divination with various items such as coconut shells or obi, and cowrie shells or dilagun. And of course, my favorite, the ecstatic drumming and dancing that is so important to these religion celebrations, rites, and rituals. Yoruban traditions are initiatory, mystery paths that are predominantly an oral tradition passed on in person from godparents to their chosen godchildren. It is a shamanic tradition that understands the connections between the physical and spiritual worlds. Nowadays, it is easier to research these traditions as there are many books, journals, and websites available to instruct the non-initiate. So in terms of the Orishas, Elegua is one of the main Orishas. And though this evening's ritual is to honor and work with Yemaya, we must speak of and with Elegua before we begin. He is called Elegua, Eshu, Exu, Elegbara, and essentially he is the messenger of the gods and the opener of the way. He is associated with both faith, fate, and justice being met. He is the Orisha that mediates between Olodumare and the other Orishas and humans. He is the gatekeeper, the trickster, and the opener of doors. He is the ruler of the crossroads. He is called upon first, and offerings are made to him prior to any right beginning in order for him to open the way for the ritual's purpose to be accomplished and the wishes of the participants to be heard by the other gods and goddesses, Orishas, and Olodumare, the supreme deity. So this evening we are doing this ritual for a couple of reasons, particularly as a New Year's rite, to get rid of the things that do not serve you any longer and to invite in for the next year those things which you need to have a more fulfilled and happy life. And this ritual is inspired by my devotion to the mother goddess Yemaya, and also for my love of her traditional Yemaya praise songs and dance. I love singing and dancing, and you will see some of that towards the end of the ritual. And also the inspiring modern songs to the Ocean Mother shared with me by my pal, Red Orchard, which I will also be playing during the course of this ritual, mostly for our meditation. And if you have been present for this ritual before, you are going to recognize that most of the things that we're going to do tonight have been a part of those rituals. So hopefully that you won't feel too lost or anything since we're on Zoom. Anyway, so our ritual has many segments, or several segments, and you'll recognize them, as I said. At the beginning, we're going to do a little smudging and a little meditation. And then we are going to recognize and honor, and make offerings to the Igungun. This is our ancestors, the spirits of the dead. And then we will call to Elegua, the guardian of the gate, to join us. There's only a few of us here present, but we will walk into the ritual circle with Mitch playing drums for us. And we will create our ritual space as we walk through. When we walk through, we're going to offer 7 pennies to Yemaya. These are offerings that we're making to Yemaya. 7 is her number, so we're trying to open up so that whatever we do need from her, we can achieve. And then after we've thrown our pennies into our pool, and if you're at home, you'll be putting your pennies into your bowl of water that you have with you. Then we're going to be doing a shell meditation. So this is the time that you will be holding your shell, and we're going to put into the shell all the things that we no longer require, the blocks to clear flow, and we are going to give them to the mother, and we are going to let go of these as we meditate upon how we can get rid of crap that no longer serves us. And then we are going to make an offering for the new year, and you will hear the songs that we'll be playing at that time. So normally we would have been jumping our 7 waves. Well, we have a much smaller space tonight, so we're not going to jump 7 waves. We're going to wander around the circle, and we are going to make offerings of our shells, and then we're going to light a candle. That's what your candle is for. So you're going to light your candle. When we light our candles and put them into the pool, and this is our offering to ask. Now that with the shell getting rid of all the crap, the candle is an offering to say, okay, we've gotten rid of the things that are holding us back, and now we would like you to fill us. You know, you get rid of shit, and then you fill yourself with the good things that are to come. 2020, as we all know, has been a crappy year. That's putting it mildly. And so hopefully we can all of us together can draw in all the good things for 2021, and a future of beauty and love and peace. And then after we have made thrown away the stuff that no longer serve us and ask for the things that will help us move along. And if you don't know what to ask for, it's okay to just say, Yemaya, please give me what I need. I'm not sure what that is. She will give you what you need. Well, we will then drum. Mitch will be drumming really wonderfully, and we will be dancing here. And so we hope that you will join us in this trance dance. And just enjoy it and give it as an offering to the goddess. And then finally, there will be a grounding and centering, and we will sing one of Yemaya's most favorite and most used praise songs. And we'll be singing that with Mitch playing his beautiful mermaid guitar, which I love so much. And then we will open up the circle to go back to the mundane part of life. So do please feel free to join us as in these meditations, and also when we're dancing. I'm hoping you guys can hear the music well at the time. Okay, so now we're going to do a little bit of smudging. So I'm going to ask Birch to come forward. So now, let us begin our journey with a grounding and centering meditation. So please shake out your body and stand comfortably with your feet hip distance apart. Knees slightly relaxed, hands by your sides, loose. Now close your eyes. Slowly and gently breathe in deeply, filling your belly and your throat and mouth with air. Hold it for just a moment. And then slowly release your breath from the bottom to the top. Fully releasing your breath. Now do this again 7 times, slowly and gently. Think only of your slow, deep breaths as you breathe in and out through your nose. Take one slow, deep breath. Feel your feet touching the earth, keeping you solid and grounded. Keep on breathing and focusing on how it feels to breathe deeply and slowly. It feels good, and you are relaxed and safe and fully present for this rite. Now gently open your eyes. In the African traditions, the Igongon, the ancestors, are very sacred. So there is an altar to them, and prior to any ceremony, they are recognized, honored, and consulted on the ritual to be done, and made offerings to, as I will do now. My offering is black-eyed peas and chicken. Who can't be liking it last? It is said that without the praises of the dead, we cannot be closer to the divine or to the Orishas. To those who have gone before, we ask for your blessings. Iku lobi ocha. For the dead give birth to the Orishas. Ashe. And now, we call and ask Elegua to be with us, to guard and guide us in this rite. Ashe. Aso, Keke Emeli, Alaguana, Ki, Lamboshe, Laroye, Oh mio, Yemaya. Hail, mother of the fishes, La diosa del mar, goddess of the sea. We honor you and ask for your protection, guidance, and bountiful gifts. Ashe. Yeye Omo Ella means mother whose children are all the fishes, reflecting the fact that her children are so numerous that they are uncountable. Oh mio, Yemaya. According to one legend, or Pataki, Yemaya's first gift to humans was a seashell in which her voice could always be heard. We honor her when we hold a shell to our ear in order to hear her voice. We listen to our mother and make offerings of praise songs to her in devotion. Yemaya Asesu, Asesu Yemaya, Yamalya Olodu, Olodu Yemaya. The mother of the children of fishes is the gushing of spring. The gush of spring is the mother of the children of fishes. The mother of the children of fishes is the owner of the river. The owner of the river is the mother of the children of fishes. Yemaya Asesu, Asesu Yemaya. Yemaya Olodu, Olodu Yemaya. She who gives birth to all of life, Yemaya, is aligned with the power of creation flowing through all that is. In this aspect, she assists with remembering, reclaiming, and activating our own innate creative power, realizing our true and natural ability to create and experience magnificence within our lives. This mother goddess brings the blessings of new energy, new creativity, new opportunities, and new experiences. Yemaya also lovingly assists and supports the rebirthing process, cleansing and purifying the old energy, releasing that which has served its purpose, allowing for renewal and new beginnings. If invited, Yemaya will relieve the stress and strain of stagnation and will clear any blocked energy, bringing the blessings of smooth, fluid movement, providing realignment with the divine flow of the universe. Within this energy, the goddess helps us realize our natural flow, experience smooth, steady progress, and as the river ultimately flows into the sea, we will naturally flow into the realization of ultimate success. The goddess Yemaya reminds us that to exist is to be in a constant state of change. Everything is constantly adapting, changing, and evolving. If requested, she will help remove resistance to change, helping us to adapt when necessary, helping us to embrace our natural evolution so that we may realize and experience the true essence of our ever ascending consciousness. So we will now use our shells shell as a meditation tool, putting our problems, blocks, and woes into it to be given to Yemaya. So now, while holding your shell in your hand, we will meditate to release our blocks, to clear flow, and give them back to the mother into her ocean in the west. Now, once again, get comfortable and relaxed, gently shaking out your body and then standing comfortably with your feet firmly on the ground, hip distance apart, with your hands relaxed by your sides and your knees slightly bent. Now close your eyes. Slowly and gently breathe in deeply, filling your belly, and then your throat and mouth with air. Hold it for a moment and then slowly release your breath from the bottom to the top, fully releasing your breath. Now keep on breathing naturally. Yemaya, blessed mother of the seas, let your sacred waters wash over us. Mother, embrace us, your humble children. Cleanse us, nurture us, sustain us. Yemaya, beautiful one, you who wears the 7 skirts of the 7 seas, swirl around us and create a flow of energy that can wash away all bane. Yemaya, mistress of the moon, shine your light on us and fill us with your magic. Help us to accomplish our goals. Yemaya, healing ocean mother, we ask you to fill us with your healing energy. Let your cleansing waters wash over us. Heal us with your regenerative powers. Now slowly come back and open your eyes. Gently stretch your arms and shake out your legs. We will now be taking our shells and returning them and their burdens and challenges to Yemaya. We will be releasing what no longer serves us into the ocean. So we're going to now stand in line. I'll be the first to throw our shells into the water, and then we'll continue our meditation by lighting candles. So now you have your candle. Let me hand this candle out. So in this candle, so the candle is an offering. It's also a request. It is a request for anything you feel you need for personal growth and healing. Or, as I said earlier, if you are not sure what you need, sometimes I'm not sure what I need, you can ask Yemaya for what that is, and she will give that to you. So this is a time to look at where we came from and to see if we are staying on task or if we need to adjust our course for smoother sailing. So now is the time to light your candle at home, and we will be lighting our candles and putting them into the ocean. So now I hope everybody has lit their candles. And you will feel that Yemaya will send you what you need. So now we're going to do a moving meditation with drumming and dancing, and we're all going to join in, and Mitch is going to play us some fantastical continue to play us beautiful African music. But first we'll say a prayer. Yemaya, blessed mother of the seas, let your sacred waters wash over me. Mother, embrace me, your humble child. Cleanse me, nurture me, sustain me. Yemaya, beautiful one. You who wears the seven skirts of the seven seas, swirl around me and create a flow of energy that can wash away all bane. Yemaya, mistress of the moon, shine your light onto me and fill me with your magic. Help me accomplish my goals, Yemaya, healing ocean mother. I ask you to fill me with your healing energy. Let your cleansing waters wash over me. Heal me with your regenerative powers. Now we will have our moving meditation with drumming and dancing. Please feel free to join in at home, dancing around your living room or whatever, or just in place if you're sitting down. Clap, use percussion, whatever makes you happy. Do it, Mitch. Yeah. We have now come to the end of our rite. Please ground yourselves by putting your hands upward to Father Sky and then touch Mother Earth, keeping what energy you need for yourself and allowing the rest to be returned to the Mother for recycling. And though our circle is now closing, please do join us in our song, our final song, praise song for Yemaya. Now this rite has come to an end, but I want to put a little thought in your head to support the Unitarian Universalist Church of Fort Lauderdale, who is the congregation that supports and helps us make these rituals possible. Whether you become a member of the church or just make donations, that's fantastic. If you have no money, we also have a work day on the second Saturday of the month. 10 to 12, we go and clean up the labyrinth in the church grounds and generally sort of commune with each other. In this time where communing is very difficult. So please do come on out on the 2nd, that's next Saturday, so a week from today, 10 to 12. And I also would like to wish you all a happy, healthy, and prosperous new year. And now, as is customary in both the Yoruban and our own traditions, we will go and eat our feast. You guys eat your feast at home. Blessed be, and thank you so very much for attending, and I hope you enjoyed this evening's room.